Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole Maston, and in today's video, which I'm so excited to share with you guys, I'm going to be talking about family systems, family routines, goal setting, and all of these things to kind of go into the fall refreshed and revived. I feel like fall is such an awesome time to do that. Instead of waiting for the new year, fall is back to school and you're starting to find that, you know, you're coming off this summer high and now you're like craving structure, you're craving routine again. And for us, we welcomed twin babies in May, and so we really have been needing structure in our life again. Y'all know babies are unpredictable, and I feel like babies will fall into routine if that routine's already there and established. And so for the last couple months, I feel like we've just kind of been surviving, not necessarily thriving. And so my husband and I really have sat down and decided, like, these are the things we want to accomplish. And so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing those goals with you guys, and then the resources that I have found to either one, help us achieve those goals, or just make you know, these family systems easier and more sustainable. So without further ado, let me dive in because I have a lot to cover. But if you are new here, I'd love to have you guys stick around. I am a homeschooling mom and I share a lot of homeschooling things. I also do share some homemaking, like, you know, home decor DIYs, as we've, you know, really tried to transform our new build into our home. And so yes, those are the things I share. Whatever feels heavy on my heart at that time is kind of just what I share. So if any of that intrigues you, I'd love to have you all stick around, and let's dive in. Okay, so before I get started, I do want to mention that everything that I talk about is going to be linked in the description. Now, if it's not something I can link, like the PDFs that I have here, it's definitely easier if you're following me on Instagram, because then I can direct message over there, and then I can send you guys my PDFs if you are interested in the goal setting things, or if you drop your email in the comments, I can always send them that way. So I'm actually going to start with those things because I feel like that's really the whole meat of this video. And so the first thing I want to cover is like goals to end 2024. So obviously I have done the New Year's resolutions, and honestly, you guys, I go into the new year and I'm coming off of like the holidays. I mean, you're tired by the end of all of the holidays, and then you're trying to like have this new refresh. And I don't know, I've never been one that really sticks to New Year's resolutions, but I do go into the fall so excited to start a new school year that I feel like it's really a lot easier to kind of create those family systems that stick. So for goals, I did up these little templates here, and so the 6 areas that we're covering is spiritual, marriage, family, financial, wellness, and then personal goals. So I highly recommend, if you're doing this alone or you're doing this with a spouse, I really think it's important to get it down on paper. Obviously, all of us have goals, all of us want to be able to do certain things, but I feel like if you don't put pen to paper and write them down, then it's just a thought and there's no action behind it. So the first step really is getting it on paper, and then obviously making a plan to achieve those. So I knew that, like, when him and I sat down, we'd have a ton of goals, and if we go into it trying to accomplish all of them that first month, I feel like I would be setting us up for failure. So we are choosing 3 goals a month to focus in on, and just choosing it from, you know, any of the categories, and then using this goal planner here to create those action steps, the steps that it takes to get to those goals. And honestly, you guys, like, for us, our goals aren't necessarily like goals, they're more like priorities, and maybe just things that we've been more relaxed on, but they're priorities in our life. And so yeah, I'm just gonna dive in. So for us, the first one was reading our Bible daily. That falls under spiritual. Also doing a Bible study together. With the Bible study, we really wanted to obviously find that time to do that together, which is very hard with 4 children, but we found that the best time to do that is when we get all of the kids in bed, and just choosing like a couple nights a week to do that. And we can do that, you know, right in, like, from our bedroom. However, I was trying to figure out, okay, like I also want to be modeling this for our children so that they can see us in our Bibles daily. And so that time is going to be our children's quiet time in their rooms. Instead of unwinding in the evenings with the TV on, we've decided to do like no TV during the week. And I mean, we're a big TV family. I don't know, we always do family movie nights and things. It's always like appropriate movies and things with our kids, but we very much have always like watch the movies in the evenings to kind of unwind. But I want to do away with that and do more reading. And so my kids, they have like little reading lights in their room, so at that time when my husband and I are doing our Bible study, I'm gonna have them, you know, just 15 minutes of reading, and then they'll get tucked in, you know, and go to bed. Okay, and now going into family goals, trying to find that structure again. Obviously in the summer I'm a lot more relaxed on our routine. We have always well, not always, but we started year-round school, and I liked that because it kept that structure in the summer. But obviously with just delivering babies in May, I laid off a lot of the year-round school, and really my daughter just did her morning basket and my son did his morning basket, and then it was kind of more just free time. And so trying to get back into the swing of things, I really wanted to start implementing our chore charts again, and you know, those household responsibilities. I don't know if I mentioned, but my daughter will be 9, my son is almost 4, and so we've always had chore charts, but they're like simple things, hygiene things, you know, like brushing your teeth and getting dressed for the day and those things. And then my daughter has always got an allowance. Well, here recently she's wanted, you know, more responsibilities, and she wants obviously more allowance. And so I found this company, it's called Greenlight, and it's actually an app, and you get a debit card for your children. So we're waiting for ours to come in the mail, but everything's done through the app. So I signed her up for chores, and I'm gonna show you guys if I can pull this up here. I set all the chores up on my phone, and then she gets it on her tablet, which I have like in the kitchen. She doesn't like just have this tablet, but everything's done through this app. And you can set up, let's see if I can show you guys here, you can set up the chores. You can also set up jobs and how much, you know, you want them to get each week. And so for her, some of her jobs, you know, she's been doing, I have some things, you know, that she does on Mondays, some things she does on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, whatever. And as she does them, that's the percentage of her allowance that she'll get. And it's made it easier because I haven't had to, like, I'm not one to always have cash on me, so I haven't had to worry about like, oh, I need cash for Lila's allowance. Right now I just do everything electronically from our bank to her little card, and then obviously I'm holding on to their debit cards because they're 9 and 4 years, so almost 9, almost 4 years old. So I thought this was a really cool thing, and it's gotten her excited to do her chores. She feels like she's more responsible because she does have her little card and it is getting loaded with money. And so, you know, I think it makes that more exciting. And then, you know, as she does them, she just checks everything off. So this is called Greenlight, and if you sign up for your first month, once you pay your first month fee, I believe it's $5.99 a month, the one that I'm doing, if you sign up using my link, you'll get $30. So that's awesome because you can use that for their allowance. So whether you're giving, you know, a couple dollars, that will be in your Greenlight account to distribute to your child as they do their chores. Okay, and then obviously wellness goals, just changing our diet. I'm trying really hard to, you know, make better meals here at home, making more things from scratch, because obviously going down the rabbit hole and seeing how bad the ingredients are in our kids' snacks and a lot of our food, all of the dyes, all of those things, it's really like made me want to do more home cooking and, you know, more things like from scratch. So I've been sharing recipes over on Instagram, and that's kind of, you know, gonna be more over there. I'm not really gonna like share a lot of that over here, but that was, you know, our wellness goals, as well as starting to just move daily. It's been hard to obviously exercise and find the time to do that, but my husband and I decided to do like a little workout program here at home, just to, you know, try to do more exercising and just taking better care of ourselves. And then marriage goals, we've talked about doing like, you know, more date nights here at our house. We don't have family like close by, and I'm really like, you know, a stickler about who watches our kids, so we don't take date nights really. So we decided just to do more date nights here at home, obviously when the kids are sleeping, whether that be a movie or just kind of themed date nights. There's also a company called the Date Box. We've used that before. I think there's another one like the Adventure Challenge, that's a really good one. And they have like date books and things, so you can do like, it's like a little scratch, like a little scratch card, or it's in the book, but you can do date nights through that. And then financial goals, we set up this monthly budget here, and I'm not showing you our monthly budget, but this little monthly budget here is what we're following, and just really trying to, you know, focus in on, you know, our finances more. We've been pondering doing the Financial Peace University. I did sign up for like their free trial just to kind of get our toes wet with it, see if it's something that's going to be helpful for us. So if you guys have tried the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University before, definitely let me know your experience with it. I feel like it's a very controversial topic. Some people either love it or they absolutely hate it. Obviously I know some of the principles, I know like the snowball, the debt and all of those things. So I feel like I'm intrigued by it. I don't know how I feel about the envelope system that comes along with it, just because like I mentioned, I never really have cash. We use everything like with our cards and like electronically, so I don't know how I feel about doing that, but I think there's a lot of good things about it. So again, if you guys have tried the Financial Peace University, I can't talk, I'd love to hear y'all's experience with it. But we're just doing this monthly budget, and obviously we have our, you know, what month it is, the budget goal, and then one thing to improve the next month. So I think it's nice to kind of get it on paper, see where our money's going, because like I said, using your debit card and having everything electronically, I feel like it's easier to spend more money than it is like if you're using cash. So I think it's nice to be able to see like where our money's going each month, and then figure out together where we can improve the following month. And then last, personal goals. And for me, I really wanted to start doing more personal development, more reading. Obviously, as a homeschooling mom, there are days that are hard. And so I really wanted to be pouring into that self-development for myself so that I can show up better for my children. So I have been using Audible, which is like audio books on my phone, because I just don't feel like I have the time to really sit down and read, especially with all of the things I'm trying to implement. And so while I'm doing the dishes or, you know, taking a shower, I'm playing that audiobook or nursing babies at nighttime and putting headphones in to listen versus scrolling. I have found it really helpful. I don't have a link, but I do know that they run deals. So like the one I did was for 3 months, 99 cents a month, and you get 1 book a month. So okay, and so last night I actually added a ton of free books to my library. If you guys have any books that you have loved, definitely leave in the comments so I can check them out. But right now I am listening to The Life-Giving Home by Sarah Clarkson, and Sarah Clarkson and Sally Clarkson. But there are so many good books available on here. So I highly recommend, if you are like me and you're not one to really I don't even want to say I don't have the time, but I don't prioritize it. So if you're one of those people like myself, audiobooks have been a lifesaver for me, and I'm actually really feeling good and really positive going into this next school year, and I'm just excited. What was the other goal I was going to mention to you guys? Oh, less social media. So this is kind of hard because obviously a lot of my stuff is social media. Obviously I have a YouTube channel, and then, you know, I have my Instagram, but I have decided that like I'm not going to be doing that mindless scrolling. I feel like I consume Instagram, consume Facebook more than like I'm putting value out there for you guys. I actually set up, it's called I think it's called App Block, and I have to double check just so I'm not wrong here. Yes, app block. And once I'm done like doing my stuff for the day, I've given myself an hour each day to be on there. Then I can't access the apps anymore. And you guys, I started it last week, and the amount of times I picked up my phone to do it, especially like I said, I'm feeding babies, so I'm sitting there, you know, in bed at nighttime, even like in the middle of the night, and I'm finding myself on my phone way more than I ever have been. There were so many times last week I found myself picking up my phone and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I've already used up my time, and why am I picking up my phone so much? So I have found, honestly, a huge weight lifted off by not being on it so much. So obviously I don't think social media is bad. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. I use both of them even in our homeschool for encouragement and finding resources. I can remember when I first had our son and I started that homeschooling year, and I'm like, once he started getting into things, I'm on YouTube like how to homeschool with the toddler, because you know, it was a new season for me. Obviously, I like to use these things too, but I feel like if you're not cautious, it can eat up a lot of your time. And if you need that gut check, just go to your settings and look at your screen time, or look at how many times you've picked up your phone. I was mind blown how much I was spending time on my phone, whether it was, you know, on social media or on other apps, or even like ordering groceries. I thought I was saving myself time ordering groceries, and honestly I could have been in and out of the grocery store 3 times, and sometimes the amount of time it takes me to order our groceries. I do know on iPhones you can also kind of set limits as well, but I think it's easier to get into it because it, like, if you click it after the time's up, you can ignore that you're over your time. Okay, so obviously that was a lot to cover, but those are the things that we're focusing in here in the fall. Just, you know, reading our Bible, being more mindful of like our routines, and giving our children more responsibilities around the house, and also just trying to keep our day-to-day more structured, exercising more, eating better, dating more, because it's very hard in, you know, parenthood to find the time to do so, but dating more here at our house. Like, all of these things can be done. It's just a matter of finding the time and even the discipline in some of those areas to do the things, and then obviously finding the resources that are going to help you achieve those things. So those were the resources I found, and obviously I'm going to link them all in the description again, but we are really loving all the things that we've been implementing over the last couple weeks, and I'm really excited and eager to just keep plowing away at these goals one by one, and hopefully by the end of 2024 we are on a pretty steady system with everything, that when the new year comes, it's not like, oh, let's do all of these things, you know. I feel like we'll be on the right track. If you guys are like me and you're looking to create some new family systems and just freshen up, have a refresh, revive yourself from summer, then I recommend sitting down with your spouse and getting these PDFs from me, and, you know, just trying to write everything down, and then set up, you know, these SMART goals so that you can track them and create the action steps to get there. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and encouraging. If you guys have any questions at all, I'm an open book. I love sharing a lot more over on Instagram, but if you're not following me there, definitely check that out. But if you guys have any questions, definitely leave in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a blessed week.